Well, Ross, here we are. It's Wednesday at Fèis 2025. The sun's out. We've got our pasty mainland legs out. The weather is so good. We are here at the fabulous Bowmore Distillery. One of your favourites. How are you feeling?
I'm absolutely buzzing for this once again, to get that kind of private audience with David. We loved it last year, and this one's going to be really different to last year. This one is an 8-year-old in Oloroso. So
It's going to be a beast.
Yeah,
really.
can't wait to try it.
And we go. Well, Ross, we are back on Islay for Fèis 2025, and picking a favourite Islay distillery. It's a bit like picking a favourite child. You're not really meant to do it, but for you, Bowmore is probably going to be up there.
Bowmore, the spirit of Bowmore is something that as soon as I started getting that little inkling towards peated whiskey, Bowmore was it for me. And I think last year, so we're very, very lucky to get David with us.
Yep,
we
distillery
have
manager.
this common interest of loving Bowmore and bourbon historically. But actually Bowmore works so well in bourbon and sherry. I'm really excited for this release today.
So last year we were here, we tried the Virgin Oak, was it 19-year-old?
19, yeah.
19, which was stunning, which
Yeah,
took us by surprise. In the last 12 months, what's changed, David, at the distillery and the company? We've got a very different looking bottle to what we had.
Yeah. Welcome to Bowmore Distillery, Fèis 2025. So we've been busy through the year, welcoming lots of guests from all around the world.
Yep.
We've rebranded, we've repackaged our bottles and our packaging on the shelves. We felt the last ones were nice, but they just didn't stand out in the shelf. There's so many distilleries in Scotland, with all the new distilleries open up. The package, we wanted to upgrade it a wee bit and update it, so we've done the new packaging in the last year as well. This is the first hand fill. We do about 5 hand fills a year from the distillery, single casks. This is the first hand fill we've did with the new packaging.
Nice.
Wow.
And so what is this Fèis release that we've got this year, David?
So this is the Fèis 2025 release. It's 56.0% alcohol by volume, natural colour, natural cask strength. This is a small batches we've been making since 2016. Back in 2016 we started making small batches of our new make spirit with 100% floor malt. So this spirit is made with 100% floor malt back in 2016. It was put into cask on the 27th of May. So it's 8 years old on the bottle, but it's nearly 9 years old.
And so there's probably quite a lot of people that don't know about floor malting, because it is this old school, very traditional way of making whiskey. And so you're still doing quite a big percentage of your production floor malting, David.
Yeah, we currently make 25% of our production with the floor malt. Okay. We believe that the tropical fruit notes that Bowmore's renowned for in the younger, Bowmore's are kind of midly peated Islay whiskey. Traditionally in the north they're very, very lightly peated. On the south they're very heavily peated. Coincidentally, Bowmore sits in the middle of Islay and our peating's between the north and the south. So we believe when Bowmore gets to like 12-year-old, the kind of peat smoke's quite strong and it's kind of ripe fruits. But as Bowmore gets older, the ripe fruits turn into tropical and the peat smoke dies down or camouflages in the back. I personally believe that all the tropical fruit notes that Bowmore's renowned for start out in the malt barns and they get carried right through the production. So once we go on to tasting this one, and it's good, this is the third 100% floor malt release we've done. We've done one in Virgin Oak, we've done one in bourbon, and this is Oloroso sherry.
Okay.
Yep.
Bowmore's a delicate new make spirit. It matures well in bourbon. You get the true distillery character in the bourbon, but it shines in sherry as well, the dark, rich flavours.
And Laurie, when I think of Bowmore and sherry, I think of the 15. That was something that was running for so long, and you've been a big fan of that whiskey and that style of
It's
Bowmore.
lovely, yeah. Prior to Bevvy, I worked in whiskey auctions, and I was familiar with all of these iconic Bowmores. We were talking about off screen, so the black Bowmores, all these legendary 1964 vintages.
Yeah.
And it demonstrates the versatility of Bowmore's spirit. It works so well at a great age, a young age, in bourbon and sherry. This, as we said, is quite a different release from last year, with it being a single cask. It's obviously going to be much more limited. Is it a big thing for Bowmore for each Fèis release each year to be quite different, so it's not too samey?
Yeah, absolutely. Want to do different releases for different people, different price points, different ages as well, so they can see Bowmore from young to older expressions as well. But we've got some Small amounts, small batches each year from 2016 right through to this year. We'll do a small batch every year, so hopefully our festival bottles in the future will be 100% floor malt. We started off at a 6-year-old, we've done a 7, this is an 8, and hopefully we'll see it through the vintages.
Cool.
We'll see how the flavour profile changes over the years.
And so just over 600 bottles of this release for Fèis 2025.
Yep.
Will we get it open? See what we think?
Yeah.
I'll let you do the honours, David. I'll let you crack it open.
This is a real treat. Obviously, Fèis is such an amazing time for the island. Bowmore Day is always a highlight. You've got the music, you've got the people enjoying their drinks in the sunshine. What is it about the festival as a thing that makes it
we get a lot
special
of returning customers. It's great to see the returning customers, but it's also great to see new faces as well. So it's good to welcome people in Islay. Islay benefits all round from the tourists, and it's great to see people from all around the world coming to Islay.
Isn't it amazing?
Appreciate all the different distilleries in Islay.
Bowmore is the oldest distillery still in production in 1779.
Yeah.
And you people from all corners of the globe to come and try what you're producing now.
We're the oldest in Islay, second oldest in Scotland. We date back to 1779, and Suntory are currently the 7th owner, so it hasn't changed hands many times in the last 246 years.
Well, thanks for cheering with us.
Well,
Cheers, gentlemen.
Thanks for having us.
To your health.
So this one was matured in a single Oloroso first fill sherry butt. So you can see it's like warm mahogany colours from the Oloroso sherry cask.
And this is fully natural colour.
This is natural cask
which
strength.
for a young whisky is remarkable.
Natural colour. It's a first fill Oloroso active cask, bottled at 56.0 natural cask strength. So you can see the colours taken on from the Oloroso.
Here, right,
Have a
8
wee
years
smell
old,
on the
it looks
nose.
great.
You get like dark caramel, chocolate, like rich Christmas cake coming through there. Wee bit of spice on the nose as well. It is still quite young.
What I like is the peak's quite subtle here, David, on the nose. It really is. The cask is quite influential on the nose, very fudgy and dark.
Yeah, Bowmore's not too peaty, as I said earlier, so it's got a good balance of peat. So you get
But
it
it
on
is
the nose.
still, for me, it is still identifiable as
absolutely.
as like you mentioned, the 15-year-olds with the darkest previous expressions.
So
There
have
is
a wee
that same
taste.
character. But it just works so well. It's really integrated. To be
This one's
completely honest,
creamy.
Your texture.
Coats your tongue. There's loads of character in there. You get the fruit flavours coming through, they kind of explode off your tongue. And you get the distinctive Bowmore smokiness in the background.
It's an amazing, almost chewy, viscous texture.
It's thick, coats your tongue.
And actually much more of that traditional Islay peat smoke on the palate than you were getting on the nose.
It's quite intense as well.
Isn't
I
it?
would add just a couple of wee drops of water. It is quite young. I wouldn't add many. I would add honestly, it just
a few,
needs.
2 or
yeah.
3.
What do you think, Laurie? What was
I
the
think
palate for you?
It needs 4 wee drops of water.
A dram that's right up my street.
Yeah, very indulgent.
I would say for a whisky festival at the end of May, not that we get a huge amount of heat and sunshine, I wouldn't describe this as a summery
No.
dram,
fair.
but it's massive, it's full of flavour.
But even on the nose, when you add the 4 drops of water, the nose opens up as well. You get like the raisins, sultanas, the sweetness coming through as well.
I think there's like an amazing kind of, it's like a smoky dark chocolate on the palate. I really
the
like
peat
it.
smoke's still there as well, but not overly peaty.
Yeah. Are you getting much of that nuttiness that you get with Oloroso sometimes?
So I would say not as much as this is actually much darker and more rich and indulgent than I would expect from Oloroso. But again, it's not a finish. This is a maturation.
Yeah.
So we speak about being 8 years old, but 8 years in a high quality Oloroso, but it's clearly had its effect.
So it opens up, the flavours open up after
the
you add the
water.
water. You get the fruity flavours coming through, the dark caramel, orangey chocolate coming through as well.
The nose is certainly fruitier for me with the addition of
It
water.
opens up, it's just at 56%, it's quite high in alcohol.
I must say, on paper, it sounds like a bit of a brute of a whisky. Obviously, a massive sherry influence. You've got some of that smoke from the spirit.
There's still
and it's
plenty of character going on in there.
Yeah.
But it
Flavours
reminds
are
me a
there as
lot
well.
of the 25-year-old was the Distiller's Anthology #1, which is one
totally.
of the best whiskey
It's
I've
dark
ever
and
had.
rich as well.
Really decadent, really chocolatey, but it's not just all cask, which was my kind of slight worry when I first saw the colour of it initially. But it's a beautiful beautiful, well-rounded.
It's amazing to be able to try the floor malted spirit as well. You're able to give that bit of experimentation perhaps to your production as well.
It's quite interesting to try them all. If you try them all side by side, we've done it in Virgin Oak. We've released one in First Fill Bourbon, and we've done Oloroso Sherry as well. So it'll be quite interesting to try them.
To try them in that
See
vertical
how the
taste.
character shines through.
That
in
sounds
the
like
different
some more
cask
research
matches.
for later on today.
We'll be back, definitely.
No, an absolute pleasure to share this dram with you. And another fantastic bottling for Fèis.
Yeah, I mean, it shows why it's such a sought after, festival, such a popular thing across the world.
And still probably my favourite spirit on the island, which I feel is very bold to say.
Yeah, really, really good. Really
Well, what an absolute pleasure, and thanks for sharing it with us.
Thanks.
Cheers, David.
Cheers,
Thanks so
Cheers.
much.
Cheers. It's a huge dram.
Well, Ross, what a dram, right? A dram right up my street, actually. Kind of big, sherry. We thought 8 years old might be a bit
Yeah.
brutal and a bit harsh, but it was so delicate, so velvety, so chocolatey.
Again, I'm fairly
It's fun
annoyed by
whiskey.
how much I enjoyed it, Laurie. Bowmore never disappoints. Big belting dram. Also, we're getting to try something that's one of about 600 bottles in the world.
And also 120 quid.
Yeah.
Because we didn't actually ask how much it was, but we were expecting 200 plus. So
Yeah.
it's a good value.
To get
Fèis bottle.
a single cask Fèis release at 120 quid, unbelievable value. Might have to get a couple of them.
Yeah.
Now we're going to go, where are we
Next
off
up,
to?
we are off to Ardnahoe.
Yep.
Wednesday, Ardnahoe Day as well. And then tomorrow is...
Yeah, check in for the Kilhoman video. We can't wait
Yeah.
to see you there.
Cheers.
Cheers.